welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, Mr. Searly P. Ladies and gentlemen, these are mods and updates from Friday the 1st of August, new month. Some new mods. So first, the map Daheim by Colour has had an update. A new save game is required for that. A few considerable changes actually on that map. I would suggest if you are already playing on it, go and check on the changelog. If you think about it, read the changelog. The Liftable Pallets and Bales by Jos. Part of that I'm going to show you at the start of this mod review. The Lizard 379 by ThatchedHouse By. The Massey Ferguson 5650 by Holt FS and Wagner Giacomosi. The Lizard Road Rage by Vectorman. The Refined Wood Chip Sawdust Factory and Fuel Production Pack by Mr. Dex. That has had a fuel production factory added onto it. The Multi-Fruit Farm Storage by Antics and the Barn with the Cowshed by Radix Games have all had updates. We start off with, I'm going to start off looking at these because part of the update, the changelog on the Little Pallets and Bales on changelog 1.0.4.0 says added Vicon fast bale. We have this here. It says added bales that turn grass into silage instantly. Added bales that turn grass into hay instantly. So, but it does say you have to pick a particular bale size for that to work. So what I'll do is just show you this one first. I've just grabbed one of the ones out of the pack from Jos. If we go into our balers, you will see. So under square balers, we've got all these ones, Liftable Pallets and Bales mod. And then under round balers, I've gone for that one there. But I've also gone for the Vicon because the Vicon's a wrapper as well, and obviously I need that one to be able to show the silage bales. So what normally happens is with silage bales is you bale the bale, it wraps the bale, and then you have to wait a certain amount of time for that grass bale to ferment into a silage bale. And with hay bales, normally you have to do your grass, do your tedding, then bale it, and you get your hay bales. That's not the case. So I'll show you what I mean. If we jump into this one, and we go to change bale size. Now it does say bales that turn grass into hay instantly, round bale, 127, 152 or 182 centimetres, what you've got to pick. I've gone 127 because that's for this particular baler. That one works. Square bales, 121, 181 or 221, 241. So you've got to pick those particular bale sizes for this particular thing to work. Bales that turn grass into silage, because all of the baler wrappers are round balers. You need to pick 126, 151, 181 to do that. So if I start this off now, I have grass swaths in front of me. Turn it on. I've got my pickup down. I have now. So grass in front of me. As you can see, it's doing grass bale to the right hand side, grass bale. Once that's full, I haven't set it to automatic unload. I'll unload that bale. Turn the engine off. When I go around to that bale is a hay bale. So grass through, instantly out. But like I say, be careful because you do need to pick that specific bale size for that to work. As far as this one goes, what did I say this one was? 127? No, 126 I had to go for this one, wasn't I? Turn grass into silage instantly, round bale 126, 151, 181. So we should be on 126. Start that. Drop the pickup. Again, if it's the bottom right, we are picking up grass. Swath's quite big. The Vicon, the fast bale's always done this. If the swaths are big, it does slow down. So even though it's a fast baler, it's because you don't have to stop, because it will pre-chamber it, and then it will go again. So there we go. Bale's going over. That will come out to the back. Once it's done, it's already picking up the next bit, so you don't have to stop. That's why it's a fast bale, even though it's going slower. So that's now wrapping, although, I was going to say that's interesting, because the wrap didn't seem to be shown. That's quite cool that it's doing a sort of gradual wrap animation. I didn't even know that was a thing. Right, so what should happen now is, if I've got this right, we go around to here, and that should say silage. So we were picking up grass, it did wrap it. Normally that would say fermenting, and you'd have to wait. So instant hay or grass bales from the Liftable Pallets and Bales mod by Jos. Let's get on to the mods. In front of me we have the wooden entrance 4.83 megabytes download, 7 slots, 250 to buy by BK Mods. You find it in the build mode under decoration, just there, and it's a wooden entrance. The lighting comes on automatically at night, so if you're looking for an entrance that looks like that, that may be what you want. Sorted! There you go, that's the wooden entrance. Next we've got the Manure Heap. This is a Manure Heap pack by MartinCz, CZ. 2.78 megabytes download, 3 slots for each one, and there are 3. We're going to build mode, come up to our sheds, then silos, come down to these 3 here. So you've got that one there, 4 million litre, that one there 8 million litre, that one 12 million litre, but these still do need to be placed next to animal pens for them to work. These aren't ones where you fill them up, it gets filled up by the animals. And you can see the marker on the outside where you can collect your manure from. No customization options, they come to us like that. Like I say, slightly different sizes, different capacities, but that's what they do. That's the Manure Heap pack. Next we've got this building here. This is the Forestry Machinery Hall with Workshop by HR Forst and Fahrzeugbau, 8.16 megabytes download, 22 slots, 180,000 to buy, customization option, colour and solar panel. I think it was colour and solar panel. Yes, it was. You'll find these under build mode and sheds. I'm not going to go and show you in the menu. You know what? Press R3 depending on what control system you're using, and you get option to change the colour. Add solar panels if you want. Main door is just here. Open and close. Nice and smooth. Nice animation. Come on the side, we do have pallet racking. This is not auto racking, but you can put stuff in here. It's very, very tall, this. I'm just thinking of, you know, the door doesn't go particularly hard, but inside is absolutely massive. So, over here we have got our workshop trigger. This is repair only. Bottom right, repair. But we do have, above the lockers, and this is quite cool, each of the lockers has got a storage point for a chainsaw. So each of the workers, Ernie, Bert, Bernie and Ert. Is that right? Ernie, Bert, Bernie and Ert, that says, doesn't it? It does say Ert, doesn't it? Anyway, yeah, so storage for your chainsaws over the top of there. And then we have got light switch just here. We got for outdoor lighting. Puts the outdoor light on. Out there, although it doesn't shine there, it's got the sort of the animation for it. It's got the lighting effect for it, but the actual light doesn't appear to be. But anyway, it's a minor thing. And then we've got indoor lighting. There you go. Just there. Nice. That is the Forestry Machinery Hall and Workshop. Next we've got product distribution. This has got, well, this has got a ton of stuff with it actually. 18.39 megabytes download by NASA B82. We've got 7 slots times 8. There are 8 items that you'll see. We've then got trailers times 4 that are under barrels, and then we've got pallets as well. There are 1 slot each, I think the pallets were. So basically we've had some mods like this before where you place these and you place this hazard marked box here over the spawn point for a set of pallets. In this case I've gone for the egg one. So if you've got a chicken coop where your egg pallets would normally spawn, you place this so that goes over the spawn point. So your egg boxes spawn here. And then what we've got is our production just there. Click on that and we can change that from storing. I mean, you can store them if you want to. You've got 1 million litres of storage space there. Or you can set it to distributing and it will distribute out to somewhere else, which is absolutely fine. And I say there are a selection of these. 24,000 cycles per month, 1-to-1. So they're going to go fairly rapidly if you're going to be distributing them. If we come out of there, I love the fact that they've got the little van, person in it, hazard lights going. So the point about this is this company comes, they pick up your stuff and they take it off and distribute it for you. That's in essence. The vehicle doesn't move, but that's, you know, the point. Or you can put stuff into it as well if you want to use it for storage. If we come into here and then we go down to our barrels, part of this pack as well, we have these. So product distribution, the MKS8, the MKS32, you got the Abbey 550, the Abbey 1600. These two have different options for capacity. So 8,000, 256,000 litre. This one has got 32,000 litre or 512,000 litre. That one will do 2,000 or 64,000. And that one will do 6,000 or 192,000. As you can see down the bottom, they take all sorts. So as far as large capacities go, if you want a large capacity one, so it'll do your milk, your goat milk, your buffalo milk, herbicides, liquid fertilizer, digestate, slurry, diesel, water, your oils. It will do methane and do grape juice as well. So they come as part of the pack. If we come out of there and we come down to our palleted items, we then also in this pack have, it does say if you don't have any milk yet from your animals, you can buy the milk from here. There's your buffalo milk pallet, goat milk pallet, or a milk pallet if you want to buy them from here. So this is all kind of part and parcel. Come out of there and we come down to factories. So there are distribution. So you got that one there. Now that one is a multi-distributor. So if I place that, I'll show it in just a second. So I put that down. And then that one there is for buffalo milk, that one's goat milk, that one is for regular milk, goat milk and wool on its own, eggs on their own, and honey. So from your bees you can do your honey. Now you have to be careful because it does say if you place down loads of those ones, the multi-production, whilst that sounds like a great idea, if I place one of those at my bees, one of those at my goats, one of those at my, if I've got a sheep pen, one with my cows, when you set it to distributing, it will distribute them out to all of them because they all will take, receive and send multiple items. So be careful. It does say in the description you're better off on those items to use a single one like this, where your chickens, just an egg one. Distribute it off to wherever, even if it distributes it to here, that's fine, or to another production or another storage facility. But if you use lots of these, all you're going to have is all your various different things are going to be bouncing around every hour all over the place. So again, like I say, just be careful with doing that. These are also liftable without the liftable pallets and bales mod. It does say that you don't need super strength. These are liftable out the gate. And then like I say, this one here does everything. So you've got buffalo shipment, egg shipment, goat milk, honey, milk, wool. So that will do all of them. The other ones are separate. I hope that made sense to some degree. There we go, that's the product distribution. Next we're going to go into here, go up to here and down to sheds. We've got the big garage. Oh no, I put this one out, didn't I? I did put the big garage out. That's here, there we go. Big garage, just there. No customization options on this. 10.88 megabytes download, 40 slots, 35,000 to buy. gamerhzsFSH is who it's by. Nice and made and detailed. 3 sets of double doors here. Lighting, I think each section has its own light switch. This one here, 2 double doors. This one was for door and lights as well. Like I say, this is separate section. Like I say, nice and made and detailed, nicely weathered. That one looks like that. I'm not quite sure why I put that one out and not the other ones. Anyway, that's the big garage. Behind that we've got the universal crusher making a return, but a very different mod to the previous one, which is interesting. I say very different. So this is by KaiGo Modding emproLoop. Now it was emproLoop before, but it had 4 or 5 different factories with a quarry and all sorts of stuff with it. This has been pared down somewhat to the previous version. So this is 22.02 megabytes download, 6 slots, 75,000 for the crusher here. We've then got 10 slots, 100,000 for the factory behind, which will make more sense in a moment. We've got sand pallets that we can buy in the pallet section, and we've also got a sell point just over here. The sell point is 1 slot, 5,000 to buy. So if we go into our build mode and come down to here, we'll look at the sell point first. So the sell point is just there. So all the things this produces you can sell at this sell point, in addition to other things as well. So it's not just those, you can sell all sorts of things as well on that one. If we come from our sell points to our factories and we go to, there's our crusher, 75 grand, that's that one there. Then the building here is Silicon Limited. So this takes some of the products and then changes them on. That's this one just here. So that's the one that's 100 grand. No customization options, they come as they are. Now, this requires water, so it requires water, stone, all sorts of stuff. Let me just show you. So, incoming materials, sand, stones, water, and wood if you want to. So if you want to create wood chips, you can bring wood here and produce wood chips if you want to. And the recipe for that is down the bottom there. So a wood chip one, 500 wood to 490 wood chip, 480 cycles a month. Not too bad at all. But what we can do here is with those other items we're bringing in, so iron ore production, it's 50 stone to 30 water gives you iron ore, stone, gravel and sand, which is interesting because it's requiring stone, but it's giving you stone back out, which I don't quite understand, but it is. It's giving you more stone back out again. The lime production, that's 50 stone, 30 water, gives us lime, gravel and sand. The ore production gives us stone and water in again, gives us copper ore, gold ore, stones, gravel and sand. Then the sandbag filling, if we're producing sand for all the others, we've got industrial sand, play sand and quartz sand. Now the quartz sand is important for the other production, silicon limited. So I sort of set these off and chug in. Now they're going to take a while. The cycles per month and the recipes aren't that high on any of them, so it will take a while regardless of what we're looking at. I've had this running since I've been setting this up. We've got some copper ore, gold ore, we've got some gravel, industrial sand, iron ore, lime, play sand, quartz sand a little bit. Sand we haven't, because I'm using the sand for the sand bagging, so I'm not building up any amount. That's why I keep saying materials missing, because every time some of the others are producing the sand, it's being used almost instantaneously. So like I say, it's going to take a while to chug away on this. The only thing I will say that I'm not a big fan of is for the quartz sand, which is on that recipe there, to be used on the other production, I would have to set this to distributing. If I do that, it will distribute industrial sand and play sand. That being said, I've got nothing else that takes it, so it shouldn't actually send those anywhere. It should just send the quartz sand. The ore production, that one there, the copper ore and gold ore, if I don't want it to come out in pallets, I can set that to distributing as well, and that will take it into the next production. I haven't got any of the pallets out for these yet because it is taking a long time for them to produce, but all those things will produce. The prices are, let's just go to the prices. Where are we? I've lost myself here. So copper ore, I mean copper ore is not bad. The copper is mad. Like I say, it's going to take a while, but the prices are pretty good. And this was the same on the previous version. I think I used it on Mars. I think my Mars one, I think I used this. Gold ore is pretty good. Gold, even better. I think it's 100 to 1 the recipe or something. We'll see in a minute. But if the gold ore is paying 10, 11 grand, and the gold itself is only paying, hang on a minute. The gold, if you look at the price on the scale below it, it's at 14 million, let's say 14,400,000. So gold ore is in the thousands. Yeah, 10,800. That's in the million. Yeah, don't worry. I was looking at the number because at the top it's cropped at the end, and I was thinking it was 13,000. No, it's not 13,000. That's nuts. Anyway, yeah, so prices are pretty good. If we go round to the back building, to our production around the back here, so if you are distributing those items out here, this is your production on the back. So copper ore coming in, gold ore coming in, quartz sand coming in. So our copper production, 100 to 20. Gold is 1,000 to 1, but you can see the price is worth it. It's going to take a long time to get there. And then our silicon, which is quartz sand to silicon, again, recipes aren't wonderful, cycles aren't wonderful, but it's going to take a long time. It's going to be one of those slow burn, long-term investment things, which at the end, when they are producing, it's going to pay out really, really nicely, but it's going to take a while to get there. So, there you go. That is the Universal Crusher. Next we've got, I didn't put one of these out, so back to here, back to sheds, up to factories, sheds. We have got the old barn, so we'll have a look at this here. Swing that round like that. That's what the old barn looks like. So the old barn is 4.55 megabytes download, 6 slots, 10 grand. Customization option, this by Patty. So our customization option is colour. If we change our colour, it does all that. Doesn't do the roof, but it does the colour. We zoom in, that's what it looks like on the inside. Straightforward. Next we've got the wooden garage, which is this one just here. Didn't put one of these out either. 3.47 megabytes download, 16 slots, 10 grand. Customization option, this is by ikas. Customization on this one is colour as well. So if we change that, let's go light. There we go. Doesn't do the roof, but it does the sides. If we zoom in, actually what I wanted to check, if we come inside there, it looks like it's just a light switch. Couldn't see. Yeah, it looks like it is. So it's fairly straightforward, fairly standard. I like a couple of little chairs at the front, that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's what you get on that one. That's the wooden garage by ikas. Next I'll show you it in here first. Let's come off of there, go across to our farmhouses, and down to there we've got the thatched house. This is 7.38 megabytes download, 20 slots, 30,000 to buy, by gamerhzsFSH. I placed one of these over here because I wasn't sure. I wasn't going to, because the sleeping wardrobe trigger on the outside, so you can't go into the building. But it had a ladder, and I suddenly thought, oh, I wonder if you can go up, whether it's got a little hayloft or something, so I did place one. This didn't have a customization option, don't think. Let's just double check. No, comes as it is. So that's this building over here. As it turns out, you can't. It is decorative. That ladder just goes up to a door. There's no option to open the door or not, but it's nicely made and detailed. That is the thatched house. Next from there we move on to the field silo. This by Team LTW. When it says field silo, there are 8. 1.23 megabytes download, 3s for all of them. There are 8 in the pack. Now obviously, well, I say obviously, not obviously, I've placed one up here as well, because the thing about some of these and some of the sheds and stuff as well, it's not something I talk about very much when I do the mod reviews, but when you go to place something, if it won't allow you to place it, I will override that by pressing the button. Let's go across to our silos and I'll show you what I mean. So we come down to here, we've got that one there, 8 by 30 with dirt, 10 by 38 with concrete, 12 by 46 with dirt, 34 by 30 with dirt, 8 by 30 with concrete, 10 by 38 with concrete, 12 by 46 with concrete, 34 by 30 with concrete. Now if I go to see where it says overlaps with another object, if I override that by pressing triangle, which is toggle free mode, it will place it, but it won't put the concrete down, or at least it hasn't done before. There you go. So it puts the base down. So the thing about it is, if it's okay to place it, let's move that and try and find a point where it will let me place it like that. It should, like that. There you go. So it'll put the concrete base down on an area where it lets you. If you override it, you don't always get the flooring. So with some of the sheds and stuff, because I use the same map over and over again for my testing and my mod reviews, I don't always get the floors and stuff in. But there you go. So that one's a dirt floor. The other one was a concrete floor. The one that's out here, I mean, you can paint over it. That's not a problem at all. I can come down to here, come across, and then pick. If I just go dirt, hang on, let's come off there. You can paint. You know, you can do your texturing over it. That's not a problem at all. So it depends how you want to actually go about it. But that's all the silos, the ones that are available. I went for this one here. I put some in just to double check to see does it spill out through the sides. It doesn't spill out through the sides at all. That was filling it up. To that point, we've got 251,714 litres in there. A little bit of grass down the side of it, and like I say, I've added that bit in. So it depends on your flooring, where you're placing it. I was just trying to make your ground flat if you can, and it doesn't spill out the sides. It will spill out the front. Be careful of that. There you go. That's a set of silos once you put your stuff in there. Compact it, cover it, and away you go. Next we have got the Stone Logistics Centre. So this you could kind of use in conjunction with the Universal Crusher, and this acts like a sort of quarry storage facility. So this is 21.93 megabytes download, 27 slots, 45,000 to buy by Omega Mods. This does have what did it say in the description for this? It was something to do with neon lights. What did it say? Realistic neon light reflections are visible only on compatible GPUs. For example, RTX series. Some AMD GPUs may not render them. Just so you're aware. I haven't got to nighttime yet, so I haven't seen any neon anything. But this is the Lizard Power Stone. If we go into here and we go to our factories, that's where you find it. Right down the bottom there, 45 grand, which isn't too expensive, which is pretty cool. And what this basically does is it's quarrying stone out of the ground, brings it up by conveyors and stores it in this facility. So when you switch this building on, at the moment it's not on, as you see the recipe says 0 stone to 1,000 stone, 1,200 cycles a month. If I turn that on, that is simulating the fact the factory is quarrying stone out of the ground, it's bringing it up and it puts it into storage. There's 1 million litres of stone storage here. But on top of the fact that it is quarrying stone for you, in inverted commas, if I come around the back of the building here, we've got a tip point. So if you're getting stones off your fields and things and you want somewhere to store them, this is a storage facility as well. And it does say the storage is underground. So I bought over some, I think 70,000 litres and tipped it in here. So not only does it bring the stone out of the ground, it will store it. You can bring your own stone here and store it. And if you want to, you can sell it to distributing. So if you've got other facilities like lime production stuff that require stone, you can. If not, when you come to collect it, you take it out of here, you get your stone out, and away you go. It's a fairly large facility, but actually it's not that expensive. Like I say, if you want stone and you don't want to be messing around with field stone and collecting that kind of thing, it works out rather handy indeed. So that is the Stone Logistics Centre. Next we're going to look in here to our weights. And we're going to come down to here. This is the New Holland 850 kilogram weight by STv-Modding, 1.55 megabytes download and 2 slots. Options on this is the main colour. He says, there you go, anything on that pallet like so. There you go, New Holland 850 kilo weight. Next we have got, this is under wheel loader tools, but it does have other options, but that's where you'll find it. Under wheel loader tools we have got just here the Lizard Silage fork. This is 3.31 megabytes download, 2 slots, 5,000 litres by Sully. Yeah, so it's under wheel loaders, and when we click on it, you've got the option for wheel loader, telehandler, or Q-fit. So the Q-fit is on some of the JCB telehandlers have the Q-fit adapter or attachment option, as Ross N Mods ones do, if I recall correctly. Yeah, so there you go, 5,000 litre size fork. No other options other than that. You don't change the colour or anything like that. Next, we're going to have a look in here at it, and then we're going to go out and look at it in the real world. Albeit not real world, if you know what I mean. So if we come down to our excavator tools, we have got just here we've got the Rysutech, which is our usual, that's our usual excavator attaching tree planter, if you want to use that, a rotary like disc planter. This one here is the tree planter and forestry shredder. So this also attaches to an excavator because it's an excavator tool. 1.68 megabytes download, 3 slots by JogaDim. Options, no, there we go, click on it, there we go. Options on this, main colour, does that, design colour, does that. You see that one's got the little fork bit on the back of it. So we're going to go out to the field, have a look at that doing its thing, and then we will continue. So there it is. I got a pallet of Manchurian. I didn't get the mini saplings. I got the like full blown. It puts one in the middle, but they're on here. So it will take regular pallets. Anyway, we hook up to it like so, and then obviously it's the excavator that's got our adjustment. So as far as the tree planter goes, it will plant trees as you know you would expect it to and want it to. It says. Got to be careful. I put this one down. There you go. Thumped it on the ground, and I didn't even have to press. Oh, it's already turned on. It's already switched on. All I've got to do is clonk it on the ground, and it will do it. It will put a tree down. Now, as far as stumps go, I tried it on one of my larger stumps, and it wasn't working. And I thought, oh, that's really weird. I was really hoping, because these large stumps have been annoying me for ages. But if you tip it up like that, obviously you probably want to do that without having saplings in it. You want it to touch the ground, probably just behind it. If I bring it down to the ground, you'll see, there you go, my ground just changes a little bit. Come on, this worked a minute ago. Oh, don't do it to me now. You've got to be kidding me. It took one of my other ones out, no problem at all. Just cut a smaller tree down. There's a stump down there in the grass. Yeah, there you go. Look, that just disappeared immediately. Let me go in the tree as well. Oh, it does, look. Chopping through the tree. I told you it works, look. So if you've got some annoying stuff on the ground, look, it's getting rid of it all. Why did it not do the larger stump? Oh, there, look at that. Well, it's removing the tree as well. Come on. Maybe it just doesn't like the large one. But it does work, there you go. So it got rid of the tree stump and it got rid of the tree around it as well. It does work. And it has a tree planter too. Yes. Next, we have got, what are we looking at next? Oh yeah, we've got a whole load we're going to be looking at in the menus. So, the next 4, 5 are by Hispano. We're going to start off under Tedders. So we've got the Vicon Fanex 904. This is 7.66 megabytes download, 5 slots, 9 meters wide. Option on this, we can change the main color to anything on that pallet, like so. It's a Tedder. 80 horsepower required. Very nice indeed. Next we have got the Fuhrmann trailer, 14,500 litre, 6.53 megabytes download, 4 slots. This is under Grape trailers. So we've got in the base game now the Fuhrmann MRWK 6000, the LWS 12,000. This is the MRWK 14,500. But we do have the option of 14,500 litre or 200,000 litre. Main colour does that. Design colour does that, and a rim colour and license plate option on there as well. So large capacities on some of these too. We've then got under manure spreaders, which is up there, we have got the Flex 23, the Samson Flex 2023. This is 13.89 megabytes download, 7 slots, 24 meter spread width. We've got the option on this of Trelleborg, Michelin, Vredestein, back again for tyres, 22,900 litres or 200,000 litre for your manure spreading. Main colour does all that. Design colour, the track on the inside, if I change that to green, there you go, changes the track on the inside. We've then got design colour, let's go pink, there you go, does all the sort of metallic bits around the side of it. Rim colour license plate option on there as well. That needs to be opened and then it will muck spread away to your heart's content. That's the Samson Flex 2023. Next we've got under Slurry Transports. Base game now we've got the FRC 65, so we've got the Garant Kotte, I'm never quite sure how to say that. We've got the FRC 55 has been added in by Hispano, we're still on Hispano. 3.2 megabytes download, 4 slots. We've got option on this one of Trelleborg or Continental of our tyre choices, 55,000 litres or 2 million litres. So if you want to be storing slurry by the side of your fields or somewhere in a different location, don't try and move these full, especially with 2 million litres. They're designed to be moved empty, then filled up, technically. I mean, you can try if you want to, it's up to you. Main colour does all that. Design colour does the top of the spout at the end. So if you're bringing a tanker to fill it up, you can add a bit more immersion by sort of filling actually at the spout if you want to. Rim colour and license plate option on there too. That is the Kotte Garant FRC 55. Next we have got under forage wagons. Have I gone the wrong way? Yes, I have. Forage wagons, just there. We've got the Pöttinger Jumbo 120 or 10,020. Yeah, 10,020 makes more sense. The Combi line. This is 30.08 megabytes download and 14 slots. It is a forage wagon. Does the forage wagon thing. 46,600. That doesn't change. Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, back in for tyre choices. Silage additive tank, yes or no. So picking up grass, 5% yield bonus usually if you're doing grass work with silage additive. Main colour does all the framework. Design colour should do the panels on the inside of that. Next design colour, let's go blue so we can see what that changes. That's all the bits around there at the front, like that. Rim colour, license plate option there as well. 46,600 litre forage wagon. We come out of there. The next one is under trailers. This is by Hispano. This is by htModding. We've got the Annaburger Fieldliner HT31 14.97 megabytes download, 8 slots, as I said, by htModding. This you'll find under trailers. I did get one of these out just to show you in case you haven't seen one of these before. That's it there, the Fieldliner. Options on this: 55,000 litres silage trailer only, so your forage crops, or 55,000 litres silage and grain, so it will do everything, or 155,000 litres silage and grain, 255,000 litres silage and grain, 555,000 litres silage and grain if you want. When you get in capacities like that, you can use these as mobile silos basically if you wanted to. Obviously you can't put multiple things in them, but you could use them as a silo if you want to. We've got wheel brand Michelin, Vredestein, back again. Cover yes or no. Chassis colour does the chassis. Main colour, you've guessed it, does the main bit. We can't change the colour of the inside panels on this one. Rim colour and license plate option on there as well, but I have got one of these out just to show you it. There we go. So if you haven't seen one of these before, I think in the new Plains and Prairies pack, one of the trailers does this, doesn't it? If we bring that support down or bring it up, that will lower the whole thing but down. So you can use it for transporting off the field or whatever you're going to do. If you've got a silo or something that's raised or another trailer you want to unload into, you lower the legs down. So L1, right stick down, puts that down, puts the support feet down, and then we can unload here. We'll do that, and that will unload into another thing. Or you might be unloading into trains, whatever it might be you could be unloading into. That's up to you. At the moment we're on control group trailers. If I press triangle, we've got control group axle, that's the front axle. We can raise and lower the front axle, like that. Press triangle again, it does raise and lower 3, which does the rear axle. So we can raise and lower those if you want to. And then put it back again to our main, lower that back down, close cover. There you have it. There's your Annaburger Fieldliner HT31. Let me just disconnect from that. Next we're going to go back into here and we're going to go to cultivators. And the cultivators, so next, what are we on to now? Next couple, next to a Hispano as well. We've got the Köckerling Allrounder Flatline 600, 14.8 megabytes download, 8 slots, 6 meters. Yes, 51 grand. Wheel setup, we've got standard, wide, back again. Main colour, anything on that pallet, does all that. Design colour, does your tines, etc. And then rim colour on there as well. 6 metre cultivator. Cultivators you normally bring up small stones. They don't always, but most of the time they do. So there's the Köckerling Allrounder Flatline 600. I was speaking to DJ Goham about this earlier today. Hispano is, I think, Hispano's on a mission to bring all the stuff that Giants didn't bring from FS22. They're bringing it in. I think that's what I'm getting a gist of. And when I spoke to DJ, he said, yeah, they posted something a little while ago about what their intentions were. So the next one then also by Hispano is this, the Kinsey Mark Till 261. This is 10.03 megabytes download, 7 slots, 8 meters wide. This one here, and this has got a nice option as well though. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, back to Trelleborg. We've got brands Kinsey or Dagelman, so you can go Dagelman. With the main colour you can actually go with the Dagelman yellow as well, so you can have a Dagelman version rather than Kinsey if you want to, with the rim colour option on there as well. 390 horsepower required, so that's just a smaller version of that. That's 12, that's 8, that's base game. This has been added in, nice. Come out of there. Next one is the Kruger EAD 14. This is by ThatchedHouse, 10.14 megabytes download and 5 slots. Now this is under miscellaneous. I'm not sure about this, so when I say I'm not sure about it, you'll see what I mean, right? So there's a cramped dolly, right? 10 litre, 10L. We've got a few different dollies. So this is a dolly. So it's an AgroLiner dolly, the EAD 14. 55,500 for a dolly. That seems excessive. I don't know, and that's what it's saying. Just seems a lot of money to me. Options on this, we have got the option for BKT, Vredestein. That's it. Then we've got fender design, that or fully covered, and that's 55,000. 56.3 if you go for an extra bit of fender. I don't think it does anything else. I was looking at it. It's not like an IT runner or anything like that. That's it. There you go. The EAD, the Kruger EAD 14. Next, actually, we were sort of in the right spot to be looking at those. Next, we have got. Let me just move this. We'll get to that in a minute. Actually, no, we're on that next. The lizard container. Now, this one, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit miffed. A little bit miffed. Doesn't happen very. Me getting miffed happens very often, but this sort of problem doesn't happen very often. So, this is the lizard container. This is by DMI 20mm Normandy. 2.74 megabytes download. 1 slot each. One's 35,000. One 35,000 litre. One is 45,000 litre. Now, these are containers that are designed to be used with an IT runner changing system type thing. and they're a bit battered, they're a bit dented, and hence they've had a bit of a respray, a bit of a tidy up. That's why they're a lot cheaper than an IT runner type one, and that's what it says in the description, which is great. So if you download this and go, oh, brilliant stuff, but you need an IT runner. And normally when you get a mod like this, it will say required mod, and it will tell you what mod you need to use this with. It doesn't in the description, and it doesn't download one automatically or anything like that, so I had to go looking for one. And the one I downloaded was the Owner Emre IT runner pack. So yeah, it does say it's a much cheaper option than the official IT runner containers, but usually, like I say, it would say on there required mod, or it doesn't say anything. So yeah, you have to do a bit of searching around to find it. But so this you'll find under the changing systems category. That was where it was. Yes, there we go. So there's our 35,000 litre, there's our 45,000 litre. So 2,500 and 3,500, which is great. Nice and cheap for a 35,000 litre and a 45. But you are still going to need the IT runner. So if you can find a cheaper version of those, I can't remember how many we've had so far. I know on previous versions, again, we had quite a few different versions by different people. But this is the only Emery one. So if you look at the IT runner one there, that's 10 grand. Yeah, I mean, that one there, 38, but that's a little bit different. That's a muck spreader, but so yeah, they're just a cheaper alternative. Options on these, we can change the main colour, and as you saw as well, we got the door that opens. So yeah, you'll need something else to make it work. Hence that. So what I'm going to do is let's just hook up to all of that. I want to switch to the very rear one, because at the moment the doors are open, so you can drive in vehicles, you can put bales in it, pallets in it, whatever. There's no tension straps, but you can close the doors on the back. If I fold container, that will close the doors, so whatever I've got in there is secure. Then you just open them out. As long as you press triangle, make sure you're on the right thing to open them, you'll be absolutely fine. But if you don't want to use it for items and you want to put grains and stuff like that in, if I now switch back to my IT runner and load container, on goes my container, and we're good for whatever we're going to be doing. Now you can leave these by the sides of fields, so harvesters can empty into them, or auger wagons, auger chaser bins, whatever you refer to them as, can unload into them. Then you just go around and you collect them up later on. You can have 2 or 3 by the side of a field, or whatever. Or if you're playing multiplayer, you can have someone that's just hauling backwards and forwards with the IT runner, and you know, again, however you want to go about it. Quite versatile. I just think it'd be quite cool if there was a cheaper. I know these are expensive, of course they are, but that's it. That's that. What we got next? Oh yes, next we've got the MBP 6.5 trailer. Now it says trailer, but it's not that straightforward. There are six items in this pack. So this is by Tomek. 34.64 megabytes download. 34.65 megabytes download. Oh, a whole extra 100th on there. So that's all of these. Now, I didn't go mad on the colour choices. The colour choices, a lot of the options are the same on all of them, but obviously the trailers aren't all the same. We've got a grain trailer, which has a couple of different settings, and a bale option, which is this one here, which is this interesting extension on the back, which is quite cool for your bales, but it does have tension straps on there as well. We've then got a silage version of this. I couldn't get this to fill up from a Buy Anything silo. All the others worked fine, but this one wouldn't for some reason. But that's more of a silage back for doing your silage work, so you can blow in that from a forage harvest or whatever. This one's PTO driven. This is a herbicide or liquid fertilizer tanker. So it's supposed to simulate you get into the field, and the PTO is PTO driven with a pump, and you can refill your herbicide or liquid fertilizer spreaders. We've then got a water tanker just there. That one's 3,500 litre. Sorry, 3,600. That one's 6,000 litre, and this one, the diesel one on the back, is a 5,000 litre. I just went for slightly different options on each. As you can see, they all have trailer hitches. They will daisy chain together if you want them to. So we start off at our trailers, and we'll come down to there. So there we go. There's our first trailer. Capacity 5,400, 9,900, 5,400, 9,600, then 6,500, 6,400, capacity 0, that's your bale one, and back to that again. Wheel brand, I'm going to go for all the wheel brands because this is one of those ones as well. So the wheel brands, we've got that one, that one, that one, back again. We got wheel setup standard, 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 standard 2, back to standard again. So some different tyre options on there. Spare wheel, we've got 1. So 1 is underneath on an attachment. 2 is in a cage. 3 just has the attachment but no wheel. 4 has the cage but no wheel. 5 has nothing at all, and then back to spare. Tipper type 1 or 2, that just puts a little lip on the sides if you want that. And this is the same on all of them. You've got sidewall type 1, 2, 3, back again. Front and back wall type 2, 1. So you can actually match them up with the ridges like that if you want to. And depending on the size of them, again, if I go up to that one there, it then gives you extra options for where are we? Your sidewalls on the top section, and then was it sidewalls? Where are we? There as well. So depending on how many different sections you got, you can mess around with your sidewall sides. Chassis colour does your chassis. Hub colour. Let's go for another colour. Let's go yellow. That stands out as well. Lower base colour. So again, depends how many sections you've got. There's your base section. Upper base colour does that. Fender colour. If you've got the fenders on the back, we can change that. Rim colour, we can change the rim colour, license plate option as well. So that's that one. Then we've got the silage wagon. So that's our silage wagon. Capacity 12,000 or 16,000 litre. Those are 2 choices. I'm not going to go through all the other options because they're all pretty much the same. Like I say, on all of them as we go, depending on what you've gone for. We come out of there and we come down to... I'm going to get this wrong. What was next? Barrels. Just there we want... There we go. So there we got the liquid fertilizer herbicide trailer, and there's our water trailer. What's the slot counts were on all these? Oh, the slot counts 11 on all of them. All of these trailers are 11 slots regardless, and again, all the same options until we get down to this bit here. Our upper base colour changes the tank colour. So if you want it to be like, you know, if it's fertilizer, herbicide, you might want it to be white. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. You can mix and match that. No option to change the stuff that's yellow, but the tank we can change the colour of. And then the one next to that is our water tank. And again, options are pretty much the same. Upper base colour, we can change the tank colour. That's the one that's 6,000 litres. And then we come from there and we go to, as our final option was under miscellaneous, which is where the diesel option is, and that's just there. Again, same options for the trailer itself. Upper base colour changes the tank colour. If you want to go brighter or pick something else entirely, you absolutely can. Whew, there we go. That's all of them. You can switch this one left and right unload. And again, depending on which option you've gone for. That was it. Oh no, hang on. What we have also got, I've got to make sure I do it right, is, where are we? L1, unfold mobile water tank. Which is interesting because it's not a water tank, that's the liquid fertilizer and herbicide one. But what it does, it moves that gate that's closed there and brings the ladder down so you can access it for whatever you're going to do. There you go. It's awfully exciting, isn't it? That's the, I'm going to go back to my first set of notes because I had to put some extra notes in there. The MBP 6.5 trailer pack. I've got time and just working out, can I get all this in? I think so. Next we've got this. Got a lot today. Yeah, we'll see. So next we've got this, the Lizard 6T by Matthias Hupalo. This is 5.87 megabytes download, 4 slots and 4 slots. We've got a standard trailer and we've got an auger wagon. This is an interesting one with tyre choices because this had an option to do a mismatch of tyres, so it makes it look like you've got an old trailer and you've just kind of put on any tyres you had knocking around. So that rear tyre is a different tread to the front one, which is a different tread to that one. It's, yeah, I don't know, it's an interesting option. I haven't really come across that before. This you'll find under, or the first one you'll find under your trailers. So there is the 6T, 4,300, capacity 10,000 litres or 6,000 litres or bale trailer. These don't have rear trailer hitches, so they won't daisy chain together. BKT Lizard, back again. The Lizard had the standard, random claws, so it just puts a random selection of tyres on them, which I thought was quite amusing. Main colour, anything on that pallet at all, does that. Design colour does the strapping around the side and then the lettering. rim colour license plate option on there as well. If we come from there and we go to our auger wagons, that's where you find the auger. This has got a really cool feature, and that's why I got this out. I wanted to show you it, because otherwise I could have just, oh look, here it is. Here's a trailer. BKT, Lizard, back again, 10,000 litre, main colour, design colour, same as the other one, rim colour option on there, but it does have the pipe for the auger. But what's cool about it is, this channel underneath on there, that gap there, this one has got that's where the auger pipe is, and the auger pipe runs the full length. You can just see the pipe there. I don't know why I'm ducking forward. I'm ducking down like I can see. But anyway, yeah, that's the pipe runs underneath there. And inside here, once we empty this out, there are two little squares that open, like little chutes that open onto the auger, and you can actually see the auger moving. It's very cool. So I thought what we'd do is unload it into that one. Pipe out. And obviously the auger trailer does auger crops, seed and fertiliser. So if I unload here, oh no, missed the trailer completely. It's a catastrophe. Why does it not want to unload into that? Do I just not get close enough, or is there some reason why that does not seem to want to? Oh yeah, now it is. If you look in the bottom, see the little squares that are open? Look, those little chutes are open, and down inside there, the auger is turning, which is right underneath the trailer, runs right there, which I thought was really cool. And then when you put the pipe away, it closes those little chutes and puts the auger away. That's pretty nifty, that. I'm liking it. There we go. That's the Lizard 6T. We'll do... I need to double check my timings. Next we've got the Jontil TP1824. This is 9.95 megabytes download, 5 slots by STv-Modding. There's no options on this. I didn't get this one out because it was fairly straightforward. Like I say, there's no options on it. There's our Jontil. It's like a skip trailer, 44,200, 9,500 litre. Like I say, no options on it, but very nicely made and detailed. Beacon inside a little cage on the back there to protect it. There it is, the Jontil TP1824. So that was the Jontil TP1824. I've done something I don't always do because I often forget. I've skipped ahead another day just to come back to the crusher, not the debris crusher, by emproLoop. And something odd has happened, and I'm glad I kind of did this. Industrial sand we've got, that's a 4,000 litre pallet. So I was wondering how many pallets of things would come out. If we go into our menu here and go across Universal Crusher, you'll see on the right hand side all the things we've got. So copper ore 846 litres, gold ore 423, gravel 4,227, industrial sand 282, 4,000's already come out, iron ore, lime, clay sand, quartz sand. Sand is being used continually. The stones haven't gone down a huge amount because a lot of the productions are still producing stones. But the thing I was talking about here is I want the ore production because I need the copper ore and gold ore to go to the Silicon Limited. So I've set them to distributing. But if I change that, as you can see, storing, selling, distributing, it does the one at the top as well. But I don't need any of that stuff to be distributed. You can't unlink them. But here's the thing. The other thing I needed to set to distributing was that, because I need the quartz sand as well. So we go to our silicon, this is what I talked about earlier. It requires all of those things, copper ore, gold ore, quartz sand, to run these various different productions. But on the next hour, nothing went. So normally when you're set on distributing, on the hour, whatever you've got there will distribute over. It didn't. So I don't know whether or not it won't distribute, and you've got to do it by vehicle or something like that. But just to make you aware, like I said a while ago, it is going to take a while. It's going to be a slow process, and it may well be you've got to transfer the stuff manually, because I certainly haven't got an option, or it didn't do what I wanted it to. It didn't distribute straight over. But anyway, on that, we've come to the end of this part. I wasn't going to do it in parts. I was hoping not to do it in parts, but we've still got another 8, 9, mods to go, and we got vehicles with lots of options, and we got a couple of packs and some stuff. So I hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. See you in the second part, and thanks for watching.